Welcome back to another anime review. This time the show will be Gals Can't Be Kind to Otaku, episode 5. Alright, so this episode is kind of funny, but mostly because of Ijichi's older brother, Jinichiro, but I'm just going to call him Jin for short. That guy was scaring the otaku dude all throughout this episode. Alright, so let's just get into the episode. Alright, so the episode starts off with the otaku, Amane and Sayu, which is Amane's like little sister, like figure. Like they all go to the beach, they meet up with Ijichi and her family, her two little brothers and her older brother Jin. So Ijichi, she takes all the girls to go get changed their swimsuits, and that leaves the otaku alone with her brothers. So her little brother's like, "Yo, ain't you her boyfriend and all that?" And that's when her older brother Jin, he's all like, "Oh, so like you with her?" He's like, "Oh no, I'm not." And then he's like, "Oh, so you don't think she's cute or something?" So I'm like, I can't tell what this dude's like trying to do. Like, is he trying to get him with his sister or not? So some time passes, and Ijichi and Amane come out in their swimsuits, and Ijichi's all like, "Oh, which one of us looks better?" And then like what's the name, Jin started mean mugging the otaku again. So Jin say, "Oh, like it's time to get ready to start cooking and all that." So he asks his family to help out with the cooking, and he lets Amane and the otaku go swimming. Also Sayu as well. And speaking of Sayu, apparently she bought a new phone just for this occasion because she wanted to take pictures of Amane and the otaku together. And she is taking pictures of them together all throughout this episode. So now I guess the family is done sitting up with the barbecue, so they get to play too. So the kids get to play too and all that. So Ijichi, she tackles Amane in the sand, and Ijichi's two little brothers, they just start shooting at the otaku with some water guns, where they're more super soakers than water guns. So after the two little brothers get done roughing up the otaku, what's her name? Ijichi, she comes over and says like, "Oh, it's okay to be mad at them and all that," but he said it's cool because like it's like the first time he get to have a little brother since he's the only child. And the little brother like, "Oh, since you're cool with it, like, oh, why can't we bury you next?" And then apparently like Ijichi, she wants to get in on it, and then Amane shows up, she wants to get in on it too. So they all bury him under a bunch of sand. And while the otaku's still burying sand, Ijichi's little brother start playing beach volleyball, and they accidentally bump her into like the otaku, and she falls on top of him and they almost kiss. So she gets embarrassed. And apparently Jin sees this, like he pulls the shades up, you know what I'm saying, and he takes out a shovel and he like stabs into the sand that the dude's buried in, which scares him. Alright, so apparently now the food's done, so they all get something to eat, and also Ijichi, she makes some yakisoba for everybody to eat as well. And while she's making the yakisoba, apparently like her little brothers got kind of confused because they think that the otaku's her boyfriend. So they ask him like, why ain't he spending time with her and all of that. And then Sayu, she hears this, she's like, "Nah, like he ain't with her, like he's with Amane." And then like they get like the little brothers, so they get into an argument. They start competing about who had the further advances with the otaku. And then the two brothers, they like the Ijichi, she took a picture with the otaku at a photo booth and she showed it off to her family when she got home. And then Sayu's all like, "Oh, but the otaku was trying to do dirty stuff to Amane in their home." And I forgot about that. Like that was like a callback, so I actually forgot that actually happened. So Sayu eventually says something that upset the boys, and they run off and play together, and they leave her out of it. So this kind of kills the vibe of the party. So the otaku, he comes with an idea. Like he goes to the store to get some ice cream with Sayu, and he tells her that she should apologize. So she eventually does that. She gives the two boys some ice cream to apologize, and they forgive her. And then Ijichi's older brother Jin comes up to the otaku and asks him if both of the girls asked him on a date, which one would he go out with. You know what I'm saying? And then he was like, "Oh, I actually chose both of them." But he didn't tell him that, but he was thinking that, so he kind of got like nervous. And then Jin was all like, since both of those girls are popular, they get kind of like a lot of trashy guys trying to make a pass at him. So he said that he always trying to look out for his little sister and her friends. And the otaku agrees with him. He said like he doesn't want anybody to hurt him, not even their own brother. And then Jin's all like, "Yeah, like you should never make a girl cry." And that was like really bad timing, because then like Ijichi walks up with Mane, and she's like, "Oh, like he had her bawling her eyes out." She talking about the otaku. So Jin gets like he starts mean mugging him again. Then otaku's like, "Oh, I think she's talking about the movie that we went to go see." Alright, so now it's the end of the day, and all the girls are getting changed back into their normal clothes. So they're getting out of their swimsuits because they're getting ready to leave. And Ijichi, she's in the sand. She's like eating some some frozen ice by herself. So the otaku, he walks up to her, you know what I'm saying, to get a conversation. Then it gets kind of like romantic and all of that. So the otaku starts stuttering. He looks away for a second, and then when he looks back, Jin is like sitting right in between them. That caught me off guard. So Ijichi and her family, they hop in the car and they drive off. And so now it's just Amane and the otaku with that girl Sayu. So they take the train back. So while they're all sitting on the train together, Sayu, she falls asleep and she leans against the otaku. And then a woman gets off the train. She's like, "Oh, y'all daughter is so cute." So this makes Amane gets kind of like embarrassed, and she's like, "Oh, do I actually look that old?" And she's talking to otaku, but the otaku, she looks to the left. She's actually asleep too. So she like leans against the otaku, you know what I'm saying, trying to have like a moment. But that's when the train rocks, and so the otaku wakes up, and what's her name? The Amani, she acts like she didn't do nothing, so she's all embarrassed. So yeah, and that's how this episode ends. To me, it was a funny episode. Not too much really happened, but they just had like a good time at the beach. I'm surprised they spent the whole episode at the beach. I thought they were probably gonna spend like half the episode, but yeah. Anyway, this is my anime review for this episode. If you liked the episode or didn't like the episode, leave a comment. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like. And if you enjoyed my content, why don't you think about subscribing? I'd appreciate it. Anyway, that's all. Take care.